Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World in the Black Business School, and I saw this really sad story about a mother who apparently she was playing chicken in the car with her three kids. Her name's Lexus Stagg. She's 26, and apparently her three kids were running toward the front of her car, and they were playing chicken with each other. And two of the kids moved. You know, chicken is a game where you go at each other, and you see who moves first. And apparently, two of the kids jumped out of the way, but the 3-year-old who she was playing chicken with did not jump out of the way, and the mother ran over the 3-year-old with the front tire and the back tire. And the tire, they said it weighed about, or the rear of the car weighed about 5,600 pounds. And it took place June 11th, and she's been charged with criminally negligent homicide. According to the district attorney's office, she may get 10 years in prison. Stagg was previously had two older children removed by Child Protective Services in 2013, according to CNN. After the death of the 3-year-old, Lord Renfro, that's his name, I guess, her two surviving children were also removed. Every parent has an obligation to protect their children, even from themselves. This is according to the prosecutor, whose last name is Ogg. I think it's Greg Ogg. And yeah, okay. So, or Kim Ogg, I'm sorry, I said Greg. It's Kim. Anyway, this is interesting because, first of all, I mean, you just wonder what's going through the mind of a parent. You have to, I'm going to guess mental illness, right? I'm going to guess that something was going on with this mother where she somehow thought it was normal to play chicken with a car when you got a 3-year-old child. I also think it's not fascinating, but sad that the kids were taken out of the home before in 2013 and put back in the home later on. I'd like to know how this happened. How did these kids get put back in this kind of danger? I'm not a big fan of kids being taken away from their mother, but I definitely will say if they had a father who was doing this kind of crazy stuff, he wouldn't even be allowed to see them. Somebody would go to court and say they shouldn't be around their father because he does this and does this. Because you hear that all the time with fathers, where fathers are defined to be ill-equipped to take care of the children. So they'll take the kids from their father, like that. If he smokes too much weed, or works too much, or ain't got a job, or hasn't paid child support, whatever it is. But yet it seems to me that the standard is much different when it comes to taking kids away from the mom. And I'm not a big fan of that. I believe that, in most situations you want to keep the child with the parent, because I think children are happier when they're with their parents. But I think in this case, somebody should investigate. Somebody should sue, and find out like what's going on. Like, how did these kids end up back in this house where crazy stuff like this is going on? Also in the community, people probably knew that she was crazy. People probably knew that she was doing this stuff with her kids. Why weren't people around her reporting her or telling somebody? I'd say if you see something, say something. And it makes me sad. Because once again, I believe it's mental illness. I don't think that it was just a fun accident or a fun situation gone wrong. There's nothing fun about playing chicken with your kids. It doesn't even make any sense. There's nothing logical about this. She could have been on drugs. She could have been drunk. She could have also, had a mental health issue. Either way, she needs help. And I think that she needs to, while she's in prison, obviously needs to get counseling. The kids need to be protected. And I think that in our community, we got to speak up on stuff like this, So it makes me sad. I don't have much else to say on it. I just wanted to share that with you because I think, this is something worth reflecting. And I'd like to also ask you guys this question. Make the comment or put something in the comments. Do you think that if the father had been the one who was behaving this way, to the point where the children have been taken out of the home in 2013, do you think it would have been different if it had been the dad? Do you think they would have caught this a little bit quicker? I don't know. So, but again, this is not a statement against black moms or single black moms, none of that. This is about protecting the kids. Because a lot of our kids are in harm's way because we act like, the fathers don't matter, or we will leave the children in an unhealthy environment. I mean, I knew, I had a friend who had nieces, who she felt like they were being molested, but the mother, when they tried to approach the mother didn't care. The mother didn't want to do anything, and nobody felt empowered to go in and take those damn kids out of that house. I wanted to do it, this is a friend, a relative of a friend, and I'm like, well, y'all need to call the cops. Like, what the hell is this? But the thing was, there wasn't a lot of hard evidence, but they were showing symptoms of being victims of molestation. So what do you do when the mother does not care? How do you proceed with that? I'd like to get you guys' take on this. Feel free to share your thoughts. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button and all that good stuff. See you later. Bye bye. Peace.